Hello and welcome back. This is Dr. Thanos, and today I'm going to be doing another little tutorial on building advice, and we're going to be looking at lighting. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of things to go through today. So, as you may know, the most common form of lighting in Minecraft is torches. They're very easy to use and placed on walls, but they're not exactly aesthetically pleasing by themselves. I generally, what I do is, if I'm going to use torches, I put them on some cobblestone walls or some mossy cobblestone walls. To actually favorise the thing that is a torch and give it a sort of holder feel, so it's actually attached to the wall and not just a torch on its own. And then you can have these in a periodic pattern or spaced out, so you can see over there, and it looks a little bit less. It's more apparent, but it's less intrusive than these. Otherwise, you can use glowstone, very commonly used. You can do quite a lot of cool things with glowstone. As you can see here, I've made a little glowstone chandelier. It's a relatively interesting form of lighting, only can be really used in large buildings, as we saw in one of the towers in the Let's Build series. Can't use them in small buildings because it's not particularly practical to have such a large lighting object. You can hide glowstone, for example, hide glowstone under leaves here, or under carpets. Carpets are relatively good if you've got carpets all about that lead somewhere, for example. You can just actually make it continue and hide the glowstone underneath. The other thing you can use is jack-o'-lanterns, which have the same effect as glowstone, but actually cost much less because you don't have to go to the nether and get them. You just need a torch and a pumpkin, and you don't see them. Same, you could put jack-o'-lanterns under the leaves instead of the glowstone blocks. Otherwise, you can hide glowstone underwater to give off a little bit of light, not particularly a large amount of light, but you can have it there to give off some light. You can hide the glowstone under the water, for example, some nice water decorations if you have columns in your house. Or the other alternative, instead of trying to hide the lighting, is actually to focus on it. So you can have an inset piece of glowstone that's either there to make it look nice, or actually the whole point is the whole decoration is revolving around the glowstone, so you have various objects that highlight it, and it's not completely recessed as we have here, which makes it less visible from the sides and actually gives off light. So as you can see, the water ones and the carpets do diminish, or no, the water ones at least diminish the amount of light that you have, and the carpets and leaves don't do that much. But if you want to hide the light, then these are the best things to go for. Another option actually is, instead of glowstone, torches or jack-o'-lanterns, is to go with lava. Now lava is a little bit dangerous because, of course, as you well know, it sets fire to any wooden constructs that are near it. So you need to be a little bit careful when building with lava, so you must use stone or anything that is not wood or wood logs, or actually plants. They will burn down the little bushes that we have here. So it does limit slightly your building choices. Also, another downside of lava is if you don't have two blocks, you'll get this rather annoying dripping, which makes it look like there's a problem with your building. So the dripping will be rather noticeable. For example, here you can see it's the little beads of lava coming down. If you have lava, for example, here I have it flowing down from other places to create this sort of cascade effect, which is a little bit more elaborate than just having the column of lava. Then again, you can just have the column of lava if you want and block it at the top here. If you're having a relatively large build, you would have the lava at the entrance, for example, or generally you use lava lighting as when you're doing building underground. Otherwise, it is not particularly commonly used because it does limit your building choices and is a little bit dangerous because you can walk into it and set yourself on fire. Another alternative to lighting is redstone torches. Now, as you probably know, they do give off light, but they don't give off much light. So this would be more sort of ambiance lighting, and to give a certain eerie atmosphere of a cave or of somewhere. It doesn't need to be lit fully, but to give it a little bit of a nicer feel or creepier feel, if that is the case. So yes, those are the different forms of lighting that I chose to go into in this video. There are, of course, many different other types of things that you can do. You can do many things. You can, I imagine you can do things with, as you see in the Nether, you've got quite a lot of use of lava in the Nether. It's very bright, so you don't need to use much lighting at all. In underground caves, you can choose to light it the minimum humanly possible by hiding all the lighting. Hiding the lighting does give it your buildings a slicker feel. There's nothing generally sticking out. You only have the details of the blocks or of your inlaid creations, such as stairs, for example. This gives it a 3D effect, but you will not have the proximity of something else that comes out of the wall, which can be found a little annoying in lighting. Sorry, in building. So you can either choose completely to try and hide all the lighting, or show it. That depends on what you want to do. Generally the easiest thing to do is have most of your lighting as glowstone blocks or as torches that are actually visible, than hiding it under carpets or leaves, because you'd have to have a building style that needs the use of leaves or needs the use of carpets, whereas if you have using use of glowstone, you can use glowstone in conjunction with anything. And also, no, I'm not in the right version, but now we have sea lanterns, which is another type of lighting which you can also use, which is rather nice. Which also gives you another light source blocks. As you can see over here, I did a mixture in these previous builds. I did a mixture of both styles of lighting. I actually had, oh dear, sorry. I had the visible lighting and hidden lighting under here. So if you don't get enough light from your hidden lighting, you might necessarily need to use torches. Unfortunately, these buildings are sort of the wrong height because they're a little bit too short and too thin to have the use of chandeliers and hanging lights, but they're still not. They're too short for that, and then you'd have to have this kind of underfloor lighting and the sort of lighting that we used with columns. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and maybe you learned something. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you knew all this already. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be seeing you next time. Goodbye.